Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to Wild Flow with me, Sydney Rose. Wherever you are in your day and whatever you've been up to before now, I thank you for taking time out of your day to join me, to move our bodies, to quiet our minds, to focus inward, and to just get ourselves right. So today is Wild Flow 13. Our theme is going to be follow your fire, or as I like to say, follow your bliss. Our quote today comes from Joseph Campbell, who says, "Follow your bliss. If you do follow your bliss, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all along waiting for you. And the life you ought to be living is the one you are living. When you can see that, you begin to meet people who are in the field of your bliss, and they open the doors to you. I say, follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open when you didn't know where you didn't know they were going to be. If you follow your bliss, doors will open for you that wouldn't have opened for anyone else. And I say, expect miracles. The unexpected is right around the corner, and you couldn't even imagine what it's going to be. So look, listen, trust, and follow your fire, heart first. And let's get started. You can find a comfortable seated position. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Take your shoulders, roll them down your spine. Tuck your chin slightly, crown of the head pressed towards the sky. And if you're ready, go ahead and push play on your playlist, Wild Flow 13, Follow Your Bliss. So sitting up nice and tall, we'll start to connect with our breath, inhaling into our nose, filling air into our chest, into our ribs, and into our belly, expanding it outwards, pulling air in. And as we exhale, holding our posture, we'll exhale from our belly, from our ribs, and from our chest. Feel the heat and power in your body grow as you inhale. Fill yourself up from your chest, or into your chest, into your ribs, and into your belly. Pausing at the top of your inhale, stay here, hold your breath. You are safe. It's okay. Hold. Hold. And gently exhale from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. Breathing out all your air, holding here. Holding. Holding. You've got this. Hold. And then moving to your inhale, into your chest, into your ribs, into your belly, filling yourself up all the way to the very top of your breath before rounding to your exhale from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. And inhale, pull air in. And exhale, let it go. And again, inhale, fill up. And exhale. And again, inhale, fill up, and exhale. And if you'd like, you can start to gently introduce movement into your body, swaying your torso either side to side, forward or back, making circles or any other movements that you feel necessary to remind your body that your mind is in charge. Moving gently here. Filling yourself with breath as you do so. And then exhaling fully. Keep those movements going. Little movements, little awakenings. You get to choose. Let your intuition tell you what your body needs in this moment. Taking movement as your body needs it. Little movements here. Safe and swaying. Never mind what's happening around you. But just allowing yourself to be fully present on your mat or in your space. in your body. Doing a mental scan from your head all the way down to your toes, noticing any parts of your body that have gone slightly forsaken in your day. Maybe sending the light of awareness to those spaces, saying to them, I'll get to you, no worries. Our goal for this practice today is to move every part of our body and do so maybe even with a smile on our face. But for sure with breath in our lungs and a fire in our belly. We're going to rewild ourselves through movement. Keep breathing, keep moving. Slowly bringing it back to stillness, sitting up nice and tall. Checking in once again with exactly where you are. We'll inhale, both of our arms come wide to the side, up above our head. And we'll exhale, our hands come down parallel to the floor. Our left hand comes into our left shoulder. We inhale, open. And we exhale, the left elbow crosses the body to the right hip. We'll inhale, open. Exhale, left elbow to right hip. Inhale, open, elbow to hip. On the exhale, inhale, open, elbow to hip. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to hip. Inhale, open, we'll backward circle with that elbow. And as we're doing our backward circle, we're going to turn our right palm towards the front of the room and tap it into our heart and open up. So we're moving one arm in a circle and one arm straight. See if you can do it. I believe in you. It's just like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. And if this isn't working, then just keep practicing. It's okay. This is a kind, lighthearted practice. No judgments. And then we're going to take that elbow circle and bring it forward. And then put that left hand onto the left knee. We'll inhale, both arms open up. Exhale, arms come forward, chest folds forward, back stretches nice and long, folding forward. And we'll inhale, open back up, arms wide and parallel to the floor, right hand, right elbow. We'll inhale, open. Exhale, right elbow crosses the body towards the left hip. Inhale and open. Exhale, cross. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross. Open. Cross. Open, we'll start that backward circle with the right elbow as our left hand points towards the front of our space. We fill ourselves with breath, and we're tapping our hand into our heart as we open. We'll tap our hand into our heart and open it wide as we keep that left backwards, right backward circle happening with our elbow. Oh, keep it going. You've got this. Remember, we're working our mind. We're getting it out of the ordinary and into its comfortable realm of extraordinary. And then we'll take our left arm, reach it out, forward circle with the right elbow. And then we'll inhale, both arms open wide. Exhale, both hands into chest, forward fold. We'll inhale, open. Exhale, hands to chest to floor, fold forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open, bringing the hands behind the back. I'm going to slide over, but you reach for the back of your mat with your feet pointed nice and long, fingers pointed towards the body, elbows squeezed towards one another, shoulder blades pulled back, toes pointed, big breaths here. We'll fill ourselves up. And leaning back so our body's 45 degrees to the floor, we're going to stare at our belly button and bend into our elbows. Little tricep dips happening here, trying to keep your elbows equidistant from one another as they bend and fold. So tricep push-ups happening. Keep it going, bending and pressing through. Keep breathing. 3, 2, squeeze those elbows together. 1, coming up, sitting up nice and tall. Our left shin folds in front. Our right leg comes behind. So we're in our shin box facing the top of our mat. Our left elbow comes to our left knee. Our right hand's behind our back. We're going to swing our right arm forward, kicking our right leg forward. We'll switch feet. Left hand comes forward and left leg comes back. We'll go the other way, swinging left foot forward, right foot forward, and back, swinging right arm, right leg, switch shins, left leg comes back, swinging around left leg, right leg, and back. Hands can be on the ground for this also. It's kind of a preference thing. Otherwise, using your arms to create momentum, swinging you around. This time, right foot comes forward, left foot comes forward, and back. Our right knee is forward. We're going to lift our hips and lower down. Our left leg comes forward, our right leg changes places and comes back. We lift onto our knees and down. And again, right leg forward, left leg forward and back, up to our knee. Step it forward with the left leg, lunges here, little lunges. Keeping that right leg across the mat. Making sure that your left toes are slightly gripping, but you also are putting most of your weight onto the balls of your feet, pulsing forward, keeping your hips turned to the front of your mat here. Push, push, push. We'll bring our hands back to center, sit ourselves back down. That left leg comes back. We fold elbow to knee, swinging the left arm around, switching sides, coming into our left knee in front. We'll lift ourselves up and step our right leg forward, coming into lunging on this side. So we're kind of lunging out on an angle to the right, pulsing forward and back. Remembering to slightly grip the mat with your toes, but putting your weight on the balls of your feet. And then we'll slowly lower our hips back down, bring that right leg back. We'll swing that right arm behind, bring it out in front, switch legs, coming all the way onto your belly. Excuse me, yogi. So we're on our belly. Our hands are underneath of our shoulders. We're going to lift one leg at a time, get those fleshy bits out of the way. Slide our arms forward, coming onto our forearms, gripping our mat with our fingertips here, bending into our feet, or bending into our knees. Feet are glued together. We're going to windshield wiper them side to side. So not quite feet glued together. They separate as you go side to side. But point being, our feet are moving together. We're massaging out through the front of the quads. Going side to side, side to side. And then we'll lengthen our toes back down to the mat. Release our elbows to the side. Hands underneath shoulders. Flip our toes. Big breath. Fill yourself up. As you exhale, 5-second push-up coming up to plank. Big breath. Exhale fully. And inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, hips come high, downward facing dog. Bending our knees one at a time, making sure with our push-up that our elbows are staying nice and close to our body. Taking your dog for one of those things that dogs like to do. And we're bending opposite knees, pressing our hips high. Chest goes back towards our knees, shoulders are away from the ears. We're going to look up between our hands and we're going to turn our elbows forward, the inside of our elbows forward, so scooping them forward, little bends into the elbows here, little push-ups. So we're pulsing through the elbows. Our elbows are close together, bending down and up. You can do this from your knees too if you need, otherwise from our down dog. Little pulses here. And then we're going to straighten our arms, press our hips up and high. We're going to tap one hand at a time to the opposite ankle and return. Tap, return, tap, return, tap, return, tap, return. Working at your pace here. Tapping, tapping, returning, reaching back. And then next time our right hand goes back, we're going to leave it there. Holding onto the ankle, looking under the left elbow, we're going to bend into the right knee. So little pulses into the right knee, keeping your left leg as straight as you can. 3, 2, 1. Returning the right hand, coming to down dog, shaking out your dog, pressing into your heels, getting your jiggly bits jiggling. We love jiggling our jiggly bits. And then we're going to reach that left hand back to the outside of the right ankle, turning over to the right side, twisting to the right, bending into the left knee. Little pulses. 3, 2, 1. Returning the left hand up, coming back into our down dog. We'll step both feet into center and walk them towards us a little bit more, grounding down through those heels. Take a shake with feet together. Keep breathing. And we'll ground down into that left leg, inhaling. Our right leg comes high. Keep it up, keep breathing. And then nice circles, drawing through the toes here, working out through the ankle. Circle, circle, circle. And then we'll look up between our hands, bend our right knee into our chest, step it through by our right thumb. We'll open up that left toe to the left side. Cartwheel left hand over right, coming into our warrior 2 pose. I'm going to change sides so that I can see you, but you stay where you are in our warrior 2. So we're pulling open through that left hip, reaching forward with the right hand and back with the left to keep our spine nice and straight, bending deep into that front knee. So our left thigh is aligned with the second toe, and we're pulsing forward and back, forward and back, forward and back with our knee bending. If this is too much for your knee, then don't do it, but we're pulsing. And we'll take that right hand, reach it down inside of the right leg for the mat. The left hand reaches up to the ceiling and reaches up overhead for extended side angle. We're going to take that right hand and reach it out in front and pull the elbow back. So we're reaching in front, pulling elbow back like you're pulling a bowstring from the most awkward bow and arrow pose ever. So reaching and pulling, reaching and pulling, reaching and pulling. We're going to take that left hand to the left hip, lift up 45 degrees. The left hand scoops in front of the knee and behind. So scoop, 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 scoop. One last time it will scoop and it'll come all the way up as our left hand slides down our leg to exalt our warrior. And we'll straighten out through that front leg, cartwheel our arms parallel to the floor. Bring that left leg in just a little bit. Left hip kicks out to the side. Sliding the right arm reaches forward and reaches down to the ground, coming into triangle pose. And our left hand will come down, cross to the outside of our right leg as our right arm comes up to twist our triangle. And then we'll bend into that right knee, left hand to the floor, coming up onto those back toes, right hand to the floor, sliding back for plank. Take your dog for one of those things the dogs like, and they love it when I say it, so let's just do it. W-A-L-K, our knees. Stepping it out. Keep it going in your down dog. Step, step, step. Make it sassy. Get your hips involved. Keep it going right and left. And then we'll ground down through our right foot. We'll inhale. Our left leg comes up nice and high. Tiny little pulses here. And then nice circles with our ankle way up there. So circling out through the ankle. We'll look up between our hands. Bend our knees into our knee. There's only one of them. Into our chest. Step it forward. Cartwheel the right hand open. Coming for your warrior 2 on the other side. So feet are perpendicular, 90 degrees to one another. Deep bend into the left knee, left thigh pointing at the second toe so it's not falling in. Our arms are parallel to the floor, but our spine is nice and straight. And we're little pulses into the knee. So if it's painful for your knee to go past your toes, don't go that far. Come less and then into 90 degrees. Otherwise, let your knee go. We're working with range of motion here. Press it out. Here we go. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Makes it so much more fun. Woo! Here we go. Pulsing it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending deep. The left hand comes down to the floor on the inside of the left leg. The right arm comes up and overhead for extended side angle. That left arm, you're going to hover the shoulder. The left arm is going to reach out in front and then pull your elbow back. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Reach, pull, reach, pull, reach. The left hand comes down, the right arm comes to the hip. Body comes 45 degrees to the floor. Our left hand scoops in, scoops behind, scoops in, scoops behind, scoops in, scoops behind. Keep it going. Here we go. Scoop, 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 scoop. Our left hand comes down, our right hand follows. Our left foot comes back, coming into our plank. We're stepping it out, mountain climber. Knees into chest. This can also be done from your knees, nice and slowly, or from your forearms. Otherwise, stepping it out, walking, walking, walking. Keep it going. Keeping your hips high, fingers gripping the mat. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. Step it out. Plank will shimmy forward and back, so little transfer of weight from hands to feet. Before pressing our hips back and high downward dog, press it out. Get your hips going. Knees crossing down in front of the body, twisting the lower half of your body side to side. And we'll start to keep that twist going as we walk our feet up to our hands. And we'll sit down nice and low into our chair, tiny pulses here. Pulsing, lifting and lowering through your hips. Keeping your chest lifted. If you can't quite reach the ground, doing it from your hands on your knees. And then we'll sit our hips down nice and low. We'll inhale, arms come wide. Chest lifts, gaze comes all the way up to the sky. We'll exhale, hands come down to our heart. Bending into our knees slightly. We'll start lifting and lowering through our hips, so we're squeezing into our obliques. We're lifting and lowering, coming high and going low. Lifting and lowering, coming high and going low. Coming high and going low. Staying low here, we're going to sit right down onto our toe stand. So we're up on our toes. Our thighs are parallel to the floor. Our hands are up on our knees. We're breathing here. Hands can come to heart center. And we're going to open one knee at a time and back. Other one and back. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Keep it going. Close, open, close, open, close, open, close. We're going to come up halfway, and we're going to go out, out, in with our knees. Yeah, here we go. Out, out, in, out, in, out, in. Yeah. Keep it going. You've got this. Keep it going. You're almost there. You can do it. Keep it going. Out, out, in. 2 more times. Last time. Heels come down. Chest goes forward. Fold it out. Step your feet a little bit wider or as wide as your mat. Thumbs tuck into opposite elbows. Figure 8 sways it side to side. And we're going to slowly bring that figure 8 up, lifting through our chest, reaching our hands to the sky. Our feet are glued to the mat. Our hips are leading the way as we sway our hands side to side. You can bend your knees, get them involved, thinking wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flaming tube person. Move it around. So your feet are glued to the ground, but you can move. So get moving. Get your hands involved. Get your hips involved. Swaying all around like a wacky, wavy, inflatable, arm flailing tube man. Get it going. Flay it out. And then we'll bring our hands to our hips. Big hip circle. So again, keeping those feet glued to the floor. Circling out through the hips. Woo! Changing direction. So keeping your feet right where they are, circle out those hips. And we're going to step over, grounding onto the left foot. The right knee opens 90 degrees to the side. Our arms come out, and we sunshine side to side with our elbows, or Skinner-Marinky, if you are that old or that young, we'll say. And we'll inhale, our right arm comes out, our left arm comes out to the left side. We'll bend our right elbow as we lift our right knee up to meet it. So straighten, pull, straighten, pull, straighten, pull. You've got this. Straighten, pull. Hands come to the heart. The right foot's going to come behind and around for crescent lunge. We're scooping and tapping. Scoop, tap with the hands. So bending into that front knee. Scoop it up. And then we're backstroking with our arms one at a time. So swimming backwards in our curtsy lunge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And both arms inhale, open wide. Exhale, rounding the spine, backs of the hands come to meet together. And again, we'll inhale, open the arms wide, lift through the chest. Exhale, hinging at the hips, back of the hands come together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, stepping that right foot back to meet the left on the floor. Go ahead, roll out through your left foot. We're going to plant into our right foot this time. We're going to raise our left knee up parallel to the floor, open it up to the side. Our right arm reaches up, our left hand reaches out, and we make our sunshine hands, fingertips together, elbows wide to the side, and we move our elbows side to side. So sunshine arms, nice. 3, 2, 1. Now our right arm goes up, left arm out, left arm comes up, left elbow bends down, left knee comes to reach it. So we straighten and elbow to knee, way out to the side, reach, bend, reach, bend, reach, bend, reach, bend, reach, bend. One more, reach, bend, reach. Our hands come to heart center. Our left leg is going to come all the way around, coming into our curtsy lunge. Roll our shoulders back. We scoop and tap. Scoop, tap. So scoop it out, tap it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And backstroke. So leading with the pinky fingers if you're swimming in water. Backstroke, swimming, big, long arms. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. We'll inhale, arms come wide, open up. Exhale, hinging at the back, rounding the spine. Backs of the hands come together, reaching forward. We inhale, we open. We exhale, back of the hands reach forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. One last time. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, bending into the right knee. The left leg comes all the way around, stepping up to meet our right foot. Toes together, heels apart. We'll inhale, arms come wide, up to the sky. We'll exhale, hinge at the hips, chest leads forward, fold. We'll inhale, hands come up the shins, chest lifts for flat back. And we'll exhale, fold. We'll plant our hands. We'll step our knees back, coming into our tabletop position with our knees just under our belly button. flipping our toes, we're lifting our knees up, and we're tick-tocking them side to side. Keep it going, keep breathing. And then we'll do them up in the center, open wide to the side, up to center, wide to the side. Keep it going. 3, 2, and 1. Knees go down, toes are pointed, arms walk forward, coming into child's pose. Big breaths here. We're going to do some child's pose push-ups. So toes together, knees wide, arms reaching forward. We're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, chest to hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, child's pose. So inhale up. Exhale, elbows close to the body, chest to hands. Inhale up. Exhale, back. And again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. One last time. We'll inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to look up between our hands, step forward with our right leg, coming into our low lunge here. We're pressing our hips down and forward. Hands are on either side of the foot. Tiny little pulses here. Pulling yourself forward with your left foot, like little traction into the hip. And then we're going to transfer our hips, come back, our right toe, or left toe, points up towards the sky. We're going to tick-tock our toes side to side. Isolate that hip joint. And then we're going to inhale, coming up, standing nice and tall. And we're going to come forward into our lunge and back into our half split. Forward into our lunge, back into our half split. Forward again, back again. Keep it going, moving through this pose. Forward and back, forward and back. One last time, we're going to come forward. This time we're going to turn open to the right side, pointing our toes to the right. Also coming to like a half ninja. And we're going to either place our hands on the mat or hold our hands at heart center, transferring our weight to the back of our mat to ninja on the other side and back. So we're transferring our weight side to side, bending into opposite knees to get there. So transferring nice big stretches side to side. Coming to the now back edge of your mat. So our left knee is bent forward. We're going to lower that left knee down, bring it back up, transfer our weight over, bending into our right knee, hands on either side of the knee, lower that knee down, lift it back up, transfer over, knee down, knee up, transfer over, knee down, knee up. So you can walk your hands the whole way, knee down, knee up, transfer over, knee down, knee up, transfer over, knee down, knee up. Next time we transfer over to bending into our right knee, we're going to stay there, turning to the right. Our left knee comes down. Our hips are pushing down and forward into our lunge the other way. I might be behind you right now, but wherever I am, it's okay. You're doing great. So pressing your hips down and forward, tiny little pulses. We're going to reach our hands down and we're going to send our hips back, coming into half Hanumanasana. So half split, nice straight leg in your right leg. Toes tick side to side, isolating into that hip joint, side to side. And then we're going to come forward to our lunge, backwards to our split, bringing our chest up. So now we're kneeling, forward to our lunge, backwards to our split, forward and back. If you still need to hold the ground here, please do. Remember, this is your practice. We're wiggling your body too. So wiggle it out and back. Forward. This time we're going to stay there, opening up to the left side, coming back to our animal walk side to side. So bending into opposite knees until we make it back, bent into our left knee, and we're going to step our right foot up, Forward fold at the top of our mat. Feet are going to come wide, wider than the mat. And we're reaching our head down towards the floor, tiny pulses into our elbows here. So if your elbows don't reach the ground, holding onto your shins, bending into your elbows, bending a little bit deeper. And then we're going to inhale, lift our back so it's parallel to the floor. Arms come also parallel to the floor, reaching backwards behind us. And we're lifting up 45 degrees and then lowering back parallel to the floor. So we're lifting with our back and lowering, strengthening our back, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift. Remember, don't go lower than parallel to the floor, and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. One last time, lift and lower. We're going to take our heels, turn them inwards, bending our knees, sitting down nice and low, coming into our yogi squat, shimmying our hips side to side. Keep breathing. Hands can be on the floor. We're going to press down into our heels, little pulses, lifting and lowering through the hips, up and down, little movements. Don't have to be big here. And then I think we should be up at the top of our mat. We're going to lift our hips up so that we can walk our hands backwards to meet our feet. And then we're going to jump our feet back slightly. So walking backwards so our hands are between our feet, and then pressing into our hands to push our feet back. We're doing this reverse frog jump to the back of our mat. And we're going to do it forward also. We're going to step both hands forward, pressing into the hands. We're going to hop. Our feet comes to land. If you can land on your heels first, that's great. But otherwise, we're stepping forward, frog hopping forward, stepping forward with our hands, frog hopping our feet forward. And one last time, we're going to go back, reaching back with our hands, pressing back with our feet, walking back with our hands, pressing back with our feet, walking back with our hands, frog hopping with our feet back, and then lowering our knees to the mat. We're going to walk our hands forward, coming to lay on our belly. Lowering down our forearms, elbows underneath of the shoulders. We're going to bend one leg at a time, bringing our heels to our glutes, kicking our own butt here. And we're going to lower our elbows wide to the side, lower our left cheek onto the mat. Our right hand comes underneath of our shoulder. Our left hand reaches out long behind us. Our right knee bends up towards our hip, and then we're going to lift through our right leg, rolling onto our left side and our left shoulder. Big breath, big twist here. Right hand can come to rest behind the back, breathing it out. Keep breathing. You're doing it right. And then we'll uncycle that right arm, bringing it back in front, rolling onto our belly. We're going to reach both arms out long in front. And we're going to inhale, lift both hands, glue them together, lift them up the mat, open cactus arms to the side, touch our nose, inhale, lift our cactus arms, touch our nose, reach our hands forward, lift, and lower cactus arms to the side, lift, and lower. Feet are glued to the mat, hands come above the head, lift, and lower. Cactus arms to the side, lift, and lower. Nose to the floor, arms together, lift, and lower. Nose to the floor, arms, cactus, lift, and lower. Right cheek to the mat, right hand out to the right side, left knee bends, rolling onto the right side, onto the right shoulder, left arm comes behind the back. Big breaths here. And then we'll release that left hand back in front of the body. Lower ourselves, untwist ourselves back onto the belly. Left arm reaches long. We're going to roll onto the left side, bicep on the ear. Right hand for balance out in front. We're going to lift our right foot parallel to the floor, toes flex. And we're going to swing it forward and back, trying to keep your body as stable as you can. Moving the right leg forward and back, forward and back, and back, forward and back, and then ankles together. We'll lift our right leg up into the air and lower slowly. So lift high, lower slow, lift high, lower slow, lift high, lower slow, lift high, lower slow. One last time, lift high and lower, so slow. Pulling that right knee up towards the chest, we're going to roll onto the belly again, coming into a half frog. So our right leg is out to the side, 90 degrees, left leg is long behind us. Coming onto our forearms, we're stretching here. We're going to bend into that right knee and tick-tock that right leg side to side, really rubbing out through, left leg, really rubbing out through those left quads. Seeing if you can find any bits that could use some attention, really grounding into them so that when you release, you'll let some nice blood rehydrate that area. And we'll place our hands down underneath our shoulder, coming back onto our belly, straighten into our right leg. We'll come right into the other side. So bending the left knee out 90 degrees to the left side, onto the forearms. If you did it on the other side and want to do it on this side, you can bend into that right knee, doing some myofascial releasing here, finding any bits that could really use some hydration. Keep breathing. And then we'll release that right leg back down, sliding the left to meet it. Elbows come wide, hands come underneath the shoulders, flipping the toes. Big breath pushes you up through push-up, sends you back into downward facing dog. Stepping your feet in a little bit closer. Step out your dog, one knee at a time. And then we're going to bend into both knees, walking the hands underneath of the shoulders so that we're in our loaded beast or our beast pose. We're going to step our right foot through or forward, so it's on the outside of our right hand. We're going to bring that left foot through in front and then step it back. So we're in our beast. We stepped our right foot forward. Our left foot slid through out in front, straightened. You can lower your hip down here. Then we're going to plant into that left hand, slide that left foot back, step it back into the beast. So then we'll do the other side. So left foot steps to the outside of the left hand, grounding down into your right hand, right foot slides through, points in front, and then it slides back, stepping back into our beast. So one last time, that same side, left foot steps outside of the mat to the left hand, sliding the right foot forward and through, and then we'll slide it back, stepping into our tabletop position. Lowering our knees. We're going to sit back on our heels, toes pointed, bringing the backs of our hands to the mat. We can roll out our wrists here. So stretching out through the back of the wrists. Rolling it out side to side. And we'll sit up nice and tall, opening and closing through our hands. Big, strong, open, squeeze tight with our fists. Open and close. And then we'll roll into our cougar hands or tiger hands, lion hands, pulling the pointer or the tips of the fingers down to the first pad of the palm, and then roll out our wrists that way. So big circles here. Cat hands, I guess, also. Oh, excuse my yawn. coffee time probably. Down and back, so nice circles with your wrists. And then stay sitting on our ankle. We're gonna reach our right hand down to the mat. Our left hand comes up and overhead, big breath. And then as we exhale, we're grounding down into our left sit bone, left hip, as we reach over to the right side. Nice big side stretch here. And we're gonna inhale up halfway and exhale lower down. So little pulses here. And you can even pull your elbow for bigger movement. Keep going, pulsing that elbow down to the ribs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up to center. We'll inhale, open wide. Exhale, rounding down, back to the hands come together, fold forward. We'll inhale, open. Exhale, back of the hands come together, fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, back of the hands come together, fold forward. We'll inhale, open, big breath. Exhale, hands float down to the side. Left hand reaches for the floor, rolling the shoulders back here. And we'll inhale, the right arm comes all the way up. Exhale, shoulder down away from the ear. Inhale, lift our chest. And exhale, reach down over to the right side, or left side, sorry, keeping your right hip glued into your mat or into your ankle. And we're reaching, 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 and we're gonna do little pulses, pulling the elbow back to the ribs, so reaching and pulling. Keep breathing. Keep going, reach, pull, reach, pull. One last time, reach, pull, and we'll inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, chest leads, forward fold. Reaching, arms come way forward, pressing the nose down towards the floor, coming into a nice child's pose here, big breath. And then we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Come up to the top of our mat. Cross our legs. Sitting back. We'll lean back so our body is 45 degrees to the mat. So our torso is 45 degrees to the mat. We're leaning down. You're welcome to keep your feet here, or you can lift them up so your shins are parallel to the floor. Coming into your boat pose or half boat pose. And we're gonna hold an imaginary beach ball out in front, or if you have a medicine ball and wanna hold it, go for it. We're gonna twist side to side, lowering that ball to the floor on either side, twisting. Big full breaths here. Moving side to side. Keep breathing. Side to side. And then we'll bring our ball out in front. We'll inhale, point our toes, reach our ball up, lifting the chest, big stretch. Exhale, toes to our ball, hands to toes. We'll inhale, lift and open. Exhale, hands to toes. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, hands to toes. One last time. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, hands to toes. Holding onto those feet. Roll it on back. Roll it back and forth. For happy baby, lowering the head down to the mat, heels come high, rocking the body side to side, pulling the knees in towards the armpits, stretching it out, big breaths. And then we'll release our hands down to the mat, straighten our legs up high to the ceiling, grounding down our feet to the mat. We'll roll onto our right hip, reaching out to the left side as much as we need to, and then come back up to center. So you're only going as far as you can before not letting your hip lift, or not letting your back roll off of the mat. So keeping your shoulders on the mat, our legs go over to the left. As soon as your shoulder starts to lift, come back up to center. So So over to the other side, keeping those shoulders on the mat, bring it back up to center. Keeping the shoulders on the mat, left to right, side to side, coming back to center. Both knees pull into the chest. Taking great big breath. Keeping the right leg into the chest, extending the left leg out nice and long. Big breaths here. We're going to cross the right knee over the left knee, bending into the right ankle over the left knee, sticking the hand through the figure four, reaching for behind the leg on the left side. So coming into a figure four, so right ankle over left knee, extending the left leg long or keeping it bent, but pulling it back towards the chest. Deep breathing happening here. And then we're going to lower that left foot down to the mat, hands come down to the ground, shoulders rock side to side, tucking them under. Big breath happens, filling yourself up. And as you exhale, pressing your hips up towards the sky, coming into a figure four, bridge pose. Hips are high. And then using the hands to support the hips as much as you need, so even interlacing underneath, we're going to uncross that right leg, reach it over to the right side, bring it back up above the body, up towards the sky, lower it back down to the floor, lift it up, keeping your hips lifted this whole time, and then stepping that right foot back into the mat. So again, we'll extend the right leg up high to the sky, open it to the right side, bring it back up to center, lower our heel down to the mat, bring it back up to center, and step it down to meet the left. So one more time all together, our hips are lifted, we're lifting that right leg up to the sky, opening it to the right side, bringing it back up to center, and stepping it down. And we'll take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee, lower the hips down to the mat, left hand between the legs, right hand on the outside of the right thigh. Figure four, stretching it out here. So using that elbow to press the knee open, big breaths here. And then lowering that right leg down, we'll lift the hips up almost all the way off the mat. Extend that left leg out high to the sky, open it wide to the side. Bringing it back up to center, we're going to lower the heel down to the mat, bring it back up to center, and step our foot back down to the mat. Press our hips high, lower them halfway, lift the left foot up to the sky, open it to the left side, back to center, left heel to the floor, nice and long, back up, lower the left leg down, press the hips high, press the hips down into the mat. We're going to pull our knees into our chest, pull our nose to our knees, stretch it out, gentle rock side to side. Keep breathing. And then we'll extend our legs up towards the sky, fingertips reaching for the toes. We're going to touch opposite toes with the fingertips, little movements here, little pulses, reaching up opposite toes, tap them out. And then lowering the spine long onto the mat, bringing the head down. We're going to step our feet wide, knees bent up towards the sky, hands on the belly, dropping one knee at a time in towards center. Keep it going. One knee at a time into center. Before stepping your feet out nice and long, settling in for the rest of this song and the next one for your final resting Shavasana. Taking this time to flex and extend any last little movements that need to happen as you press your shoulders into the mat, press your head into the floor, feel supported by the earth. Begin to reconnect with your breath, filling your chest, filling your ribs, filling your belly, and then exhaling from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. And again, inhale with your chest, your ribs, and your belly, and exhale from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. We'll inhale, fill up our chest, fill up our ribs, fill up our belly, and exhale from our belly, from our ribs, and from our chest. We're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes closed, body relaxed, breathing normal. Let yourself rest. Breathing here, being held. There's nothing more important than the next few minutes. Stay exactly where you are, laying on your back, being so comfy, letting your body breathe as it breathes, letting your body take over from your mind, and just relax. Nice and slowly begin to reintroduce movement into your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Reconnecting with your breath. Moving it from an autonomic response to an on-purpose response. Control your breath, filling up your chest, filling up your ribs, filling up your belly, and exhaling from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. Gently pushing yourself up or over onto your right or your left side, pausing here, breathing here, being here. Tapping into your heart and asking yourself the ultimate question, what is my bliss that I am to follow? And then trusting with full faith, walking forward blindly, one foot in front of the other. Slowly begin to push yourself up, back into a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Scanning your body now, seeing how you're feeling now, honoring that now it's like this. And with our hearts leading the way, we can all follow our bliss, living the lives we're already living with just that little bit more happiness. And all together we'll inhale, raise our arms out to the side and up to the sky. Big breath, pausing as we gaze up in exaltation and gratitude for this life and the grand unfolding of its miracles. As we exhale, we'll bring our hands down to our third eye center at our forehead, where we pause for a breath and always remember to think kind thoughts. We'll fill ourselves with breath and exhale, fully bringing our hands down to our voice and our throat, or at our throat and our lips, the center of our voice, where we always remember to speak kind words. We'll inhale, filling ourselves with breath all together, and we'll exhale, bringing our hands down through heart center, where we always remember to do kind things. Thank you so much for rolling out your mat today and joining me for this day's wild flow and following your fire. I see you. Namaste.